there's a little bit of, I wouldn't say controversy, but I did mention when he was at the Pittsburgh guest posing earlier this year. And I said, I wasn't, super impressed with, how Andrew was looking in regards to, I thought he was a little too heavy for where he needed to be at that stage, um, you know, out from the Texas Pro, right? So, and then I had later on my show, head judge Steve Weinberger, and he agreed with me that he thought Andrew Jack was too heavy in that kind of guest posing mode. And the reason we kind of alluded to that is because we know Andrew's Achilles heel is his conditioning. That's the one thing that's holding him back from already being maybe a multi-time Mr. Olympia. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord. And I'm going to do my 2024 Texas Pro top 5 predictions for the competition coming up this weekend. And you know what? This isn't the deepest lineup. Just going to put that out there right now. But we do have a very impressive bodybuilder doing this show, Mr. Andrew Jacked. And hey, there's a little bit of, I wouldn't say controversy, but I did mention when he was at the Pittsburgh guest posing earlier this year. And I said, I wasn't, super impressed with, how Andrew was looking in regards to, I thought he was a little too heavy for where he needed to be at that stage, you know, out from the Texas Pro, right? So, and then I had later on my show, head judge Steve Weinberger, and he agreed with me that he thought Andrew Jack was too heavy in that kind of guest posing mode. And the reason we kind of alluded to that is because we know Andrew's Achilles heel is his conditioning. That's the one thing that's holding him back from already being maybe a multi-time Mr. Olympia, is his conditioning. That's it. He just needs to come in better shape. He can win these pro shows without the striated glutes and the hamstrings. He's already proven that. We already know what the outcome is going to be for this show, barring some crazy event where something happens and he doesn't win. But besides that, that was kind of my thought process and my feelings towards Andrew Jacked, all knowing very well and clear that he is a tremendous bodybuilder and he can be the Mr. Olympia. But like Samson Dauda, he's got that conditioning issue that he just can't seem to nail on the Mr. Olympia stage. So just want to preface with that before we go into it. So we got about 16 guys in this competition. We got Lewis Breed. We're going to talk about Nathan Epler, Jordan Hutchinson, obviously Andrew Jacked. And then there's another competitor I'm going to talk about here. And I'm just going to do the top 5. I think any one of these top 5s can flip-flop in between up or down. But let's jump into my first, my 5th place prediction for this competition. And that's going to be a guy that I'm not really well or familiar with. And that's Anthony Jay. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Leave a comment below. I do not know how to pronounce that last name. Maybe I should have Google translated it first to get the proper pronunciation of it. But this guy has a solid physique. Again, I don't know much about him, but going through the list of guys and looking through the photos. He's got a tremendous upper body, tremendous chest, as you can see right here. Striated, vascular, quads look good. Maybe they could use a little bit more size, but and the conditioning, crazy conditioning on this guy. Again, this top 5 isn't the deepest lineup, so a lot of these guys I think are going to maybe, it just depends who's coming in shape, who's coming in dry, and who has the best posing, presentation, and can show that symmetry and balance. So I have Anthony in 5th place for my predictions going into this show. Again, that can change, but that's my solid prediction for Anthony. Coming in 4th, I have Lewis Breed. Again, this guy's a gnarly looking bodybuilder. His shape isn't the most pleasing, aesthetically pleasing, but he comes in gnarly and shredded and vascular. He did the Tampa Pro where he placed 5th. So great job for Lewis. He's headed up the chain, headed up the ranks, and placing better in these shows. And it's well deserved. He came in condition. He doesn't look that bad here. He's got a great upper body. Quads are good too. And he's conditioned, right? So there's nothing to squawk at on his physique. Again, the conditioning is his calling card for sure. But then you can see here the waist is a little in that ab and thigh. There's not much of a taper down into the waist, into the hips. So I think that's kind of structurally what holds him back from maybe placing higher in these shows, because he does have the conditioning down. He does have the fullness in the muscle bellies, good quads, right? Muscularity's there. So I have Lewis Breed in my 4th place position, pretty solidly in that 4th place spot. All right. Now, this is a tough one that I'm headed into here for my 3rd place position. And I've been kind of going back and forth on this one, guys. Leave a comment below if you agree or disagree with my 3rd place position. Maybe he can place higher. We're going to see. And I think this guy is a rising star. That is Mr. Jordan Hutchinson. And I did a little preview of him on my Instagram, Muscle Discord Instagram. And let's take a look here. He really reminds me of Branch Warren. A Branch Warren in the making. Let's just be clear there. He's not Branch Warren yet. As long as he puts on more size in the right places, especially in the calves. Branch Warren has some of the gnarliest calves out there. So he's got some work to do there, but he's got the conditioning down. The hamstrings and glutes are gnarly. He's got a good back double bicep, really thick shoulders. You can see it definitely in that back double bicep shot. He's got a good back, rear lat spread, good symmetry, very pleasing, aesthetically pleasing physique. Even though I'm saying, Branch Warren may not have had the most aesthetically pleasing physique, he kind of has a little bit better version of that, right? The feathers in the front quads. You can see the calves there a little bit underdeveloped for the rest of the quads, but just crazy. Branch Warren also did that shot with the striations in the quads. Chest is striated and vascular. Conditioning is always on point for Jordan. He's been competing in multiple shows, and then he edges out a top 3 at the Tampa Pro, which is a decent lineup as well. So I'm kind of conflicted on him being in 3rd or 2nd, and you're going to see who I have in 2nd, and you can make the debate that maybe he could leapfrog over this guy. In my 2nd place, my 2nd place prediction, is Mr. Nathan Epler. Okay, he placed 5th at the 4th, I believe, at the Chicago Pro. 4th or 5th. So good. I don't know if it's just his pro debut, but he did really, really well. And I actually had him, in my opinion, placing higher at this competition. I had him ahead of Vlad. And you can see he brings ultra hardness to his muscle. Obviously the conditioning, he's got good quads, he's got good symmetry. tiny waist. I really, really like this guy's physique. And I think he just edges out um, Jordan throughout the chest. You can see the really round pecs. Um, the hardness to the muscle, I think, is just a little bit more than Jordan's. And we're going to really see from the back Epler's conditioning and a great side chest, the deep separation between the quad and the hamstring. Glutes are showing in that side chest. Look at the obliques there. And this is where I think he beats out Jordan slightly. It's just that crazy. Look at that sharp conditioning from the back. Now maybe Jordan has a bit of more muscle mass throughout the lats in the back. But man, the hamstrings and glutes on Epler are pretty gnarly, and that conditioning is hard to beat. They have similar structures, Epler and Jordan. You know, the lat spread there get very similar to Jordan's. So this is like I'm very conflicted on whether to have Jordan in second or, you know, obviously Epler in second. I just think Epler's physique is just maybe a tad sharper, and it's just so close between these two. So Jordan, if you're watching, Nathan, if you're watching, man, you guys are both tremendous athletes and you're rising stars in your own right. And I think that it could go either way. So you both are great. And to be standing next to, you know, this man right here, Andrew Jacked, who obviously I have in first place. You know, Andrew's got a lot to prove here. Obviously, he's going to win this show. I said, barring some crazy, you know, accident happening, right? Hours before the show, but that's probably not going to happen. And he's going to show up. And from what I'm seeing in his training and, you know, videos like this, he's going to be ready. You can see it in his face. He's going to be ready. But what I wanted to really look at is like, how did Andrew look last year at this competition? Okay. So let's take a look. And we only need to see the backside. That's the only concern, is the backside. Okay. And here it is. This is the Texas Pro, which he won. And it's there. I think this was his best look to date as a bodybuilder, as a pro bodybuilder. Maybe the Arnold Classic, he looked great too. Could say either one of those shows was his best look. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think his best look was. Was it at the Arnold, or is it here at the Texas Pro 2023? You can see the glutes are there. So he has the genetics to have the striated glutes. But for some reason, he just can't peel them out like, say, you know, a Dexter Jackson or a Phil Heath, right? Or a Sean Roden or Epler or Jordan Hutchinson. Just can't get that look. And you can see it in the hamstrings too. The skin is a little on the thick side still. So that's why I'm hard on Andrew, because I want him to win the Mr. Olympia. He could potentially win the Mr. Olympia this year. But if he comes in looking like this again, which is tremendous looking, like let's not hating on this at all. He's tremendous. The back double bicep, the muscles are popping out of the skin there. But you know, he got 5th at the Olympia last year, and Brandon Curry beat him out, right? So he's got work to do. Hopefully this year, I think this is probably going to be his all-time best look. I'm praying that it's his all-time best look. But if he comes in kind of looking like this, or maybe less than this for some freakish reason, maybe he isn't in the best shape, we don't know. Maybe he did get too heavy in the offseason, like I alluded to at the Pittsburgh Pro guest posing. We're going to see. So my first place prediction, obviously, is Andrew Jacked. I think that is everyone in the entire pro league and the bodybuilding industry's prediction is Andrew Jacked. And again, this is an easy. I'm not saying nothing, no disrespect to any of the other athletes. It's kind of hard. Like, it must be hard as another athlete doing the show, like knowing that Andrew Jack is doing the show, and you're like, I'm just gonna get second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh or eighth. Like I'm not. There's no way I'm getting first here unless he, like I said, something crazy happens and he looks completely off, and they can sweep in there and take him out. But that is my top 5 predictions. Andrew in first, Epler in second, Jordan Hutchinson in third, Lewis Breed in fourth, and Anthony J in fifth for this competition. I will be doing the live stream for the Texas Pro. I missed the Dubai Pro and I missed the Tampa Pro, unfortunately, because I was traveling, but it's not unfortunate. I was on vacation, so I enjoyed myself. And I still did some coverage of the wrap-ups and stuff for those shows, so, and predictions. But I'm going to be on this one, so hope you guys join me for my commentary, my no holds bar, unfiltered take on these athletes as they step on stage at the 2024 Texas Pro. Guys, leave your comments below. Who's your top 3? Who's your top 5? Do you think this is going to be Andrew Jack's all-time best look? All right, guys, remember to like the video and subscribe and leave a comment, man. I appreciate all your support, and I love you guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.